ask yourself one question, one simple question. Have you ever wondered why some mods are more popular than others? Why some mods get all the attention? Like, you probably have seen Luxor Mod 2016, Cowlppy and the Luxor Scepter, Stages Adventure, community-made Luxor mod. What difference do these mods have that the others don't? Today, I'm gonna be trying to explain to you how you can make your mod noticed as well. Again, no guarantees. I'm not gonna guarantee anything and get hounded back by people saying, "Nay, why does your advice not work, Konis? Why does it not work?" Tell me, what do you think all these mods have in common? Luxor Mod 2016, Not Another Luxor, Cowlppy and the Luxor Scepter, Luxor Pharaoh's Revenge, Control the Infinite, Luxor Angry Birds, the negatives, Plants vs Zombies, Luxor Edition, and more. But what do they all have in common? Have you ever wondered about this? The answer? They all look unique. They all have a unique style. Now this tutorial, this How to Mod Luxor tutorial video, only applies if you want to make a full mod. If you are just beginning and you want to just try to make a map to submit it into like a community-made Luxor mod equivalent, like say the Luxor map database, then this does not apply to you. You can skip this video. But if you ever want to make a mod, do come back to this video. This is very important. To sell an audience on a mod, it must be special enough in the sense that it must feel, at least to the audience, that it has not been done before. And the most important step into that, in my personal opinion, is at least in the first impressions, in your very first spear matches thread, making it look different enough. Now, I'm not gonna lie, trying to download a mod and invest yourself in it is pretty dang tough, especially since stuff like Stage 11 and further take like at least 1 hour to complete. It's a healthy time investment. Not a lot of people have that time, and people upload mods a lot, quite often in fact, so it's competition. You need to make your mod stand out from the competition. I'm gonna be dead honest and dead serious with you. If you were to submit a mod very simply and not put in effort into changing the HUD, changing the sound effects, basically just editing the maps together, calling it something like some really random name, people aren't gonna give it a shot. I'm dead serious. So, today I'm gonna be establishing how to let people give it a shot really easily. And I'm going to say one common misconception right now is to not piggyback off another mod's success. Now, I haven't really gone into this topic quite often in the forums, but believe me, the staff are getting pretty upset, to say the least, that there has been claims of map stealing, asset stealing, and the worst of them all is like plain out mod idea stealing. Alright. I have my thoughts on this. I'm not sure if it will ever go up on the forum rules, but I'm gonna say right now, the biggest no that is guaranteed never ever going to happen. Do not piggyback off another mod's success. And this is done for two reasons. Reason number one, the original owner might not like it. It's like if somebody were to make a Cowlppy and the Luxor Scepter 2. There's no guarantee that I'll like it, because it's like, alright, so you have my intellectual property, technically speaking, my mod series property, but like, what are you gonna do with it? I can't control what you do with the game. You can basically make it so that Cowlppy is an alien and plans to take over the world. And I can't stop you from doing it because technically you didn't do it with permission in the first place. So first of all, I won't say call the word rip-offs, I'll call them piggyback mods. Mod piggybacks are frowned upon because first of all, the original model is almost never involved, so it's like quality control isn't there. Cowlppy and the Luxor Scepter 2 could be the next graphics mod and you won't even know, and all you'll think is, hey, isn't that the guy that made the first game? Man, he went downhill. And that leads us to the second thing. Piggyback mods don't work because more often than not, they're just a copy of the first mod. Now I'm going to get into why this is very important. When someone plays a mod, they feel unique. It's the first time. It has not been done before. It's what often grabs them long enough to stay. To feel, wow, this is different enough. I gotta stay in this mod. However, if you were to piggyback a mod of a mod, Luxor Mod 2017, you were to make an unofficial sequel to the community made Luxor Mod, Another Luxor 2, Cowlppy and Luxor Scepter 2. It's like, you know, it's been done before and it's been done a lot better by the original modders. That said, you can make a sequel, and I'm going to be elaborating on how and why to do so. Alright, so the most important factor that we have here is do not piggyback off others' mods, and you have to have your own unique style, and I'm going to explain why. Did you ever realize that, for example, mention Cowlppy and the Luxor Scepter and it's instantly attributed to me, mention Control the Infinite for instance, and it's instantly attributed to Dawn Bomb, mention Luxor Angry Birds and it's attributed to QTO, mention Galactic Space Journey and it's attributed to Bobic. They have their niched properties, what I call IP, intellectual properties. It's sort of like a grey term because technically we don't own the IPs, but it's sort of like mental. It's in your head. Wow, this guy made Galactic Space Journey. He must be badass, son. And that's the thing. That is the thing. If you were to make your mod, you do not want it to be a simple, oh, just a 25 level mod. You make beautiful, beautiful levels, but when it comes to your presentation on the mod, it's just blah. People are going to take one look on it and they're not going to invest their time in it. This is where first impression counts. One thing all the mods I mentioned in the beginning of the video have in common. Their sound effects are different, their spear sets are different, their story is different if they actually have a story. Their style is different. Difficulty mods, some of them are difficult. Control the Infinite is Zoma style, for instance. Luxor Angry Birds, although it was made before Node, has its HUD and font and everything changed to Angry Birds so often it looks like Rovio made it. That's the point. It's different. It is different. You want your mod to be different. Do not copy the competition, because more often than not, the competition will do it better than you, especially if you're a new modder, and your mod will be left in the dust. Literally biting the dust. Now that's not to say that people won't give your mod a chance. I'm certain people still download your mods, and if you ask for criticism, we can give criticism, but I'm talking about the general public. You know how they act. But that's enough ranting. So now that I've gotten this straight, I'm gonna say this straight. Do not copy us. Do not make a Galactic Space Journey 2 and expect it to sell like hotcakes, especially difficulty mods. Even Dawn Bomb, who loves difficulty mods, doesn't copy the Galactic Space Journey formula per se. Control the Infinite was a Zoma S mod. That's my point. Do not copy them. So, now that all this is said and done, you need to make your own style. And now today I'm going to show you guys how to. The keyword is plan. Let's say, for instance, I'm planning Return of the Luxor Scepter. Or, actually no, how I would plan Cowlppy and the Luxor Scepter. Before it starts, I would already have like a rough draft of how it works and everything. So, blah blah blah, Cowlppy, cutscenes, blah blah blah, it'll all be here. Maybe another better example I could actually give is Luxor Angry Birds. Sorry, I can't type to save my life. So how do you think QTO planned it? He probably planned, alright, the HUD must look like Rovio. Fuck it, I can't type. Spear sets. To make it look like Angry Birds, it must be like Angry Birds. It must have like Angry Birds sprites. And then the pyramids, villains, blah blah blah. It must be, you know, the pigs, they're the villains. And so on and so forth. Story like stage names, stage ideas must all link back to angry. Now you'll be like, Konis, what the heck is the point of this? This step is important. If your mod is just a mismatch of styles with no coherent theme to carry it along, or worse still, you don't know what to do, you're not gonna get anywhere. Now this is important because when I'm playing stuff like Cowlppy and Luxor Scepter, I did plan the HUD. Oh, the story has a lot of hours, let's replace life with hours. Better yet, there's to be an hour pun or two somewhere. And then the stories. For example, the extra levels, spoiler alert, of Cowlppy and Luxor Scepter are all tied to the story. The backgrounds do appear, so on and so forth. It is not by chance, it was all planned. And this is important. I cannot do this step for you because I do not know what idea you guys can come up with. But do not skip this step if you're doing a mod, plain and simple. Do not piggyback off the success of another mod. Make your own unique idea, sort of like Max Alien with Plants vs Zombie Luxor edition. It's not been done before. Heck yes, it's not been done before. The HUD is new. The spear set is new. It's almost like Plants vs Zombies is in Luxor, sort of like how Angry Birds was in Luxor with QTO. Luxor Future Revival sounds cool, sounds decent. Stuff like that. Make your own IP, and the reason this is very important is when people start to associate you with this IP, you can then piggyback off your own success. I'm not saying this is required. I mean, like, when Bobic made Luxor Mod 2016 and it was a success, he tried something new with Galactic Space Journey and that was also a success. But the new modders, especially if your mod is a success, you can leave like sequel hooks open. Like for example, I'm making a sequel called Return of the Luxor Scepter. QTO has gone back to the Luxor Angry Birds series time and time again. He's planning to remaster the first game, so on and so forth. Technically, Control the Infinite is somewhat of a sequel, but the thing is, when you have an IP domain down, it's like, oh man, this is the guy that made Luxor Angry Birds. He's making Luxor Angry Birds 2. Oh man, this guy made Cowlppy and Luxor Scepter. He's making a sequel. People will give your sequel a chance. Your first mod, especially when you're establishing a niche domain which you will remain in, is paramount. Do not skip planning. And that is all. Yeah, I probably talked a lot and didn't really say a lot of stuff. And that's because when it comes to mod planning, I really can't say it. It's all on you. Really. Alright, don't skip the step. And here's hoping your mod idea will be the next new OMG threat killer at Spear Matches. Konis out, and next time we'll actually be going to the topics you really want to see, the actual modding itself. Peace out.